following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
After 9 months of no budget in Illinois, rumors are flying about the future of Western Illinois University. News 3 sits down with the student government president to discuss how he plans on addressing student fears.
Plus, weather is only getting warmer in the next couple of days. We'll let you know if spring is really heading our way or if we're in for another blast of cold weather.
And a tradition in Macomb for 57 years takes place this weekend. Who will be crowned Miss Macomb? Ahead.
We begin with continuing coverage of the state budget impasse. Illinois is now in its 9th month without a budget, and student body president Will Gradle is working to ease students' fears about the budget crisis. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4.
Gradle talked with News 3's anchor Megan Sanchez about the upcoming State of the Student address on Good Morning Macomb, a first at WIU.
The first goal is to make sure that students are aware of what's going on. The second goal is to talk about the issues surrounding the budget. So why is it that we don't have a budget? What's holding the state back? What's holding us back? And what are those ramifications of that that affect students every day? And not only at our university, we want to give them the perspective of all universities across the state. Because some students feel that this is just a Western issue. It's not by any stretch of the imagination. It's an Illinois issue.
The State of the Student address will take place on Wednesday, March 9th at 3 p.m. in Sherman Hall Auditorium.
MAP grants will continue to go unfunded in Illinois after an attempt to override Governor Rauner's veto failed to pass by just 2 votes. Senator Neil Anderson of the 36th District and Representative Noreen Hammond of the 93rd District voted no on the veto. If passed, it would have provided MAP grant funding for colleges and universities across the state. This includes Quincy University, WIU at the Quad Cities campus, Monmouth College, and Western Illinois University. Those colleges are represented by those who voted no.
Police are currently working to identify the body found in a Burlington, Iowa alley. Late Wednesday night, the Burlington Police Department responded to a report of gunfire. When officers arrived at the scene, they say an unidentified body was found. Police are investigating the reasons behind the death.
If you missed the first clean out with Genesis Garden, a second clean out date has been set and it's right around the corner. This Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. you will have the chance to volunteer for the new family emergency shelter. The clean out process is moving along nicely, but it's still in need of some TLC and extra hands to help. If you have time to help, you can sign up through Volunteer Spot. All you have to do is follow the link on the screen, review which time frame you would like, and sign up. A popular fundraising event is back at WIU this week. St. Baldrick's will be held in Tanner Hall Sunday from 12 to 4 p.m. St. Baldrick's is one of the leading fundraisers for childhood cancer research in the U.S. To help raise money, you can shave your head, volunteer, or donate. This year's goal is $25,000.
And another fundraiser this Sunday will have people taking a dip in chilly water, but all for a good cause. The Polar Plunge is a national fundraiser to support Special Olympic athletes. Each participant will have to raise at least $100 to take the plunge at Spring Lake Park in Macomb. The fundraising goal is set at $25,000 and currently raised over $5,000. Donations are still being accepted at the Macomb Polar Plunge website.
The WIU Art Gallery has a new exhibit. Jeffrey Apt's art focuses on the beauty of architecture. His exhibit is called Visual Culture of Museums. Apt, a professor at Wayne State University, came to Macomb on Saturday for the opening of the show. The art will be on display until next Wednesday.
It's that time of year again. The 57th annual Miss Macomb Scholarship Pageant is this Sunday, and you won't want to miss it.
The Miss Macomb 2015 and the winner of a $5,000 scholarship is Caitlin Carr.
This footage was from last year's pageant as communication science major Caitlin Carr took the crown. The pageant will be held at the Macomb High School Philheimer Auditorium on the south side of Johnson. Tickets are still available at themissmacomb.org and can also be purchased at the door.
Bad news for dogs and their owners in Macomb. With the rainy weather, the off-leash dog park in Macomb will remain temporarily closed. The conditions at the park are hazardous, not only to the dogs, but to the public and property. Updates on the reopening will be provided by the Macomb Park District. Would you pay to get extra vacay? According to a recent survey, almost half of the workers responding said they would pay their company for additional days off. The price tag for more days, on average $123 a day. That would work out well, especially since there are lots of money saving deals for a spring vacation. In today's Consumer Watch, Mary Maloney has tips on when you should book that getaway.
Ready to hit the road? Now might be the right time. According to digital deal site Retail Me Not, nearly 2/3 of people participating in its survey plan to take a spring vacay.
62% of Americans are planning to travel, and we know that they plan to travel and book their ticket between 30 and 38 days in advance of their departure.
If you want to save some cash, don't wait.
The best time to book your deals is right now. In fact, you're going to find discounts up to 29% on hotels and airfare.
Sometimes the best deals are just a drive away.
Because gas is so inexpensive right now, we're actually finding that a lot of people are planning to stay a little closer to home this year. Instead of spending money on airfare, they want to spend an extra hour or two in their car.
And you could use that extra money to spend more on fun activities during your trip, or save the cash for your next big vacay. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
On Live at 4, fighting words coming from former Republican presidential nominee Matt Romney against candidate Donald Trump.
And still ahead.
His promises are as worthless as a degree from Trump University.
Still ahead, Trump takes the fight to the next level. What he's saying about Romney, ahead.
And later, Bernie Sanders' wife speaks out with an optimistic attitude.
It's been a cloudy and dreary day here across the Macomb region. A light look at our webcam in Macomb right now shows those clouds and no sun right now, but could sunshine be on the way and a warm up? I'll have that information in my full forecast.
To eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Brianna Descoret, Jose Gonzalez, Storm Team 3's 5-day outlook, and sports with Eric Sutera. Live at 4 continues.
Frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination, Donald Trump is firing back against Mitt Romney after Romney's harsh criticism of Trump this morning.
I heard that Mitt Romney made a fairly long speech. And I mean, honestly, I thought I'll just address it quickly because it's irrelevant. Look, Mitt is a failed candidate. He failed. He failed horribly.
Trump told an audience in Maine Romney chickened out of running for president again. Romney ran against Barack Obama in 2012. Trump endorsed Romney in that run.
Continuing campaign 2016 coverage, Senator Marco Rubio is bidding farewell to Ben Carson. Rubio tweeted today he would miss Carson on the campaign trail. Carson did not formally suspend his bid, but in a statement on Wednesday acknowledged that there's no political path forward for his campaign after he won no states on Super Tuesday. Rubio responded on Twitter to the news, saying that Carson is a fantastic gentleman and he wished him the best. Carson is expected to say more about his decision at a speech tomorrow in Washington. With Super Tuesday now behind us, more and more people are voicing their opinions about our candidates. Even family members like Bernie Sanders' wife are taking a stand.
I think that you'll see, for instance, in the 4 states that he won and the 5th that he lost by 1%, the voter turnout was very, very high. So he's energizing people. If people vote and they vote for what they want instead of what they think they should settle for, I think we'll do quite well.
Politicians such as Romney have finally started speaking out about their presidential choices. As we get closer to the general election, both parties are pushing forth their campaigns to make a mark.
Crime is the forefront of people's minds in the city of Chicago. The acting police superintendent of the Windy City speaks out. Larry Potash has the story.
2016 is the most violent start in 20 years, 102 violent deaths. There has been at least 1 shooting a day for the past year. Social media has been a driving force.
Now they sit wherever they're at, and they could be sitting in a living room, sitting in a basement, sitting on a porch, and they get right on their choice of social media, and they do their threats and their taunts right over social media, and that definitely is driving a lot of violence.
But also compounding the problem, the Laquan McDonald shooting. It turned a national spotlight on the Chicago Police Department. That, along with a Justice Department investigation, has had an impact on officers.
There was a concern, definitely at the beginning of the year, by officers that, in addition to all that, obviously under the national media spotlight, that no one wanted to be the next viral video.
Friday night, Escalante sent this video to CPD rank and file to give them confidence that they can do their jobs the way they were trained to do them.
We recognize that there is a difference between a mistake and misconduct. Honest mistakes are corrected through training or supervision. And I think we are all in agreement that there will be no tolerance, though, for misconduct.
New tactics include saturating high crime areas with added police, increasing supervision from new sergeants and lieutenants hitting the streets this week, demolishing abandoned buildings that contribute to gang activity, and intervening with gang members and help them with social services. And Escalante says an important tool is a refined stop policy to question civilians. He says those stops are up 20% since February 15th.
That will help get officers out there, stopping people in the right places, in the right locations for the right reasons in regards to crime conditions.
But the challenge is still illegal guns. Arrests are up, but often criminals are back on the street quickly.
They do fear their gang more than they do the judicial system right now. We definitely need help from the state legislators. We definitely need help through the judicial system.
With jails full and money tight, prison reform is unlikely to happen anytime soon. In the meantime, Chicago police will get help from the ATF and other law enforcement to help keep crime numbers from climbing to a record-setting pace. Larry Potash, WGN News.
We know it's going to be warmer this weekend, but is it warm enough to bring out the picnic blanket?
Devin Biggs is in the News 3 Weather Center with a look at your weekend forecast after this.
My favorite thing about WIU is how much we work as a team. Everyone here has helped immensely, and when we work together, the outcome is amazing. Producing for the newscast, writing for the newscast, going to City Council every Monday. It's something that I've learned that it takes a team. There's no such thing as an I. If there's an I, then we know that something's going to go wrong. I really do believe WIU has prepared me for the outside world. I can't wait to see where I end up. I have to thank everyone that has been involved. You know, Jasmine Creighton, she has managed to help me overcome that scary part. And the way that you have a great show is not the content that you have, it's the people who you work with. And here at WIU, I have had a chance to work with some excellent people.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
You make me wear my bike helmet. You taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Welcome back to Live at 4. It is Severe Weather Preparedness Week across Illinois, and we have some tips on what you should do for tornado, flooding, and lightning. Take a look at tornado safety. Make sure all family members know the tornado safe location in your home. Make sure to take shelter. Store an emergency kit in your safe location. Identify where to go if you're at work or school, and make a family communications plan. Before a flood, make sure your home, school, or place of work is at risk of flooding. Find alternate routes to important locations. Make a family communications plan, and if evacuation orders are issued in advance, follow them. Lightning safety, no safe place outside during a thunderstorm. Avoid open fields, the top of a hill or a ridge top. Stay away from tall isolated trees or other tall objects, and stay away from water, wet items, and metal objects. Those conduct lightning the best. Take a look at our almanac page for today, March 3rd, 2016. Temperatures did not budge much today thanks to the clouds. 37 to 33 was our range today, which is below the average of 44 for the high, but above average for 24 for the low. 78 degrees was our record high in 1983, with 0 degrees set back in 1943. Take a look at our Midwest weather tracker right now. We had some precipitation earlier in the day today, and all that has moved out of the region. We just have some clouds left over from that system. Take a look at temperatures across the area right now. 37 in Davenport, 33 in Chicago, and 38 in Des Moines. Your temperatures for tonight across the region: Des Moines will be at 24, 26 in Davenport, with St. Louis at 34. Your temperatures for tomorrow: 40 in Davenport, Des Moines at 42, but 61 in Kansas City as warmer air is heading our way, and that will be enjoyable. And your temperatures for tomorrow night: 43 in Indianapolis, 55 in Joplin, and like I said, those warm temperatures will be heading our way. Your forecast for tonight: gradual clearing with a low at 28, with winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, or Friday, partly sunny with a high of 44, with winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. In your NEWS3 exclusive 5-day forecast, take a look at that warm-up. 44 on Friday, 48 on Saturday. Sunday will be at 53. Monday we get into the 60s with 62 with showers. And Tuesday, I had to dig out the thunderstorm icon, 67 for the high, and we may have to raise those temperatures. So stay tuned. I heard some stations are going up in the 70s, so we may have to keep an eye on that.
Yes.
So when's the first official day of spring?
I really didn't research that, but it'll be somewhere around. Yeah, I know.
I'm just shocked.
March 20th or so.
All right, thank you. So, with the weather getting warmer, like you said, that could mean more outdoor sports?
Yes, we do have a few outdoor sports to talk about today, guys. Like I said, coming up in sports, the Atlantic baseball team heads to Kentucky this weekend in search for their first win of the season. The Macomb Bombers boys basketball team wrapped up their postseason play in Galesburg on Tuesday night. And the Leatherneck women's basketball team heads to Sioux Falls this weekend for the Summit League tournament. All that and more coming up next.
Homemade noodles. Oh. Marty, stop it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It reminds me, I've been thinking maybe we should try a new form of birth control. I heard about this one. It's called the IUD, intrauterine device. Or we could try the patch on your arm. Actually, I think that one goes on your butt.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
What do you think, then? Arm or the butt?
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning?
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me, you're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Don't worry. 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. The Macomb Bombers boys basketball team saw their season end on Tuesday night as they faced state-ranked Galesburg in the Class 3A regional semifinals. After getting bumped up into 3A this season, Macomb got its first taste of what was required to keep up.
We started this year with a relatively inexperienced team. You know, we brought back 2 guys that had played much varsity basketball at all. And so it was a learning process, especially early in the season. But our senior leaders, Joe Burke, Grant Hannett, they really did a nice job of setting the tone for the rest of the guys. And as the season went along, we really improved. I think defensively, especially early in the season, our habits weren't very good, but the more we worked on them and the more we played in really competitive games, we really got better on the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, it's kind of a night in, night out basis. Sometimes your shots go down, sometimes they don't. Some nights we struggled to score, but we had guys eventually throughout the course of the season that did start to step up and played a little more confidently on the offensive end.
Despite their season being over with, there's plenty of positives they can take away from the tough loss against Galesburg.
I think last night against Galesburg was a huge eye-opener for some of our guys, just how physical the game was at the 3A level and how much stronger their guys were than our guys. And so it has to be a big sticking point for us is to get in the weight room and try to get as strong as we can.
The Bombers fell to the Silver Streak 76-35 and gave the ball away 21 times. Grant Hannett led the Bombers with 12 points, and as a team, Macomb shot 16 for 38. The Lennox softball team heads to Oxford, Ohio this weekend for the Miami Invitational, looking to rebound back after going 0-4 in the Tiger Invitational at Auburn last weekend. They take on Canisius in Miami, Ohio for a 4-game series on Saturday and Sunday. It's tournament time for the Lennox women's basketball team as they prepare to head to Sioux Falls. And let's take a look at what to expect from Western this weekend.
Western Illinois women's basketball is 3 days away from their first round game in the Summit League Championships. Coming in at the 5th seed in the Summit League, Western knows the first round won't be easy.
It's always going to be a tough game in the first round. Unless you're one of the top couple seeds, you're never going to really feel like you've got a fairly easy game in that conference tournament. So we know it'll be a challenge.
Yeah, I think we're all expecting a battle on Sunday, as we are with every game in the conference tournament. Obviously, we didn't play our best at Oral Roberts, and they took advantage of some areas that we weren't prepared for. But I think we'll definitely watch that game, learn from our mistakes, and hopefully we can change the outcome.
Last season, the Leathernecks fell to IUPUI in the first round of the tournament, a team they beat twice in the regular season. And this year, they know what to do differently to not let that happen again.
Last year, when we had to play IUPUI after beating them twice, that always, I think, gives the other team a mental advantage. And I hope that this year, especially with the way we played at Oral Roberts and the way they played, it kind of gives us a mental advantage because we have an opportunity to make a lot of adjustments and try to improve, whereas they probably have to take that mentality of just continuing to try to do things the way they did when they kind of took it to us there.
And so, I mean, like the past 3 years, just like always losing in the first game, it sucks. I mean, you want to play on and play in the championship, and so I think just wanting that and actually feeling it and realizing that, okay, I don't have next season here at Western, and so I think just like really giving it my all and playing every game like it's my last, I think, and influencing on my teammates as well with that attitude, I think really will take us to the next level.
For some Leathernecks, this may be the final series of games they ever play, so the desire to finish strong is extremely high.
It'd mean everything to especially our senior class. Obviously, we haven't gone past the first day since I've been here, and that would just mean the world to us.
It's kind of made me start to think that this could be the last time I play. But I mean, I kind of have to have that mentality with every game. I think like during regular season, you're like, oh, I have 3 games left. But now it's like the reality, okay, nothing is promised. So I'm very excited to get work in this week and hopefully to continue on to play next week.
The Leathernecks will take on number 4 ranked Oral Roberts Sunday at noon in the first round of the tournament. Western Illinois baseball is still looking for its first win on the season as they head to Northern Kentucky this weekend for a 4-game series on Saturday and Sunday. Game times on Saturday at 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. and on Sunday starting at noon and 3:30. That's it for sports. Final word is next on Live at 4.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
You can be a hero by being prepared for an emergency. First, make a plan. Call a family meeting to plan for things like how to connect with loved ones after an emergency or your escape route. I am not fast. Build a kit. When disaster strikes, it's important to have enough supplies to last 3 days. And don't forget the batteries. Low battery. Visit ready.gov/kids for more preparedness tips.
Stories. They happen everywhere. At NEWS3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region.
The tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
Well, doggone it, it's Colonel the Rock's 3rd birthday. Known by fans as Rocky, the English Bulldog turned 6 today. He was at the Union this afternoon posing for photos and greeting and sporting his leatherneck gear.
Rocky joined the Western Illinois University family back in 2010 when he was just a pup. Happy birthday, Rocky. You know, Rocky was so they had cupcakes in the Union today. They're passing them out for Rocky's birthday, so that was kind of cool. Although I didn't get one.
Oh, you didn't get one? Were they at least dog friendly for him?
I don't think so, unfortunately. He couldn't have one.
Oh, I could take one on his honor, but I'm trying to stay skinny.
Yeah, actually, one of my bosses actually owns Rocky, so that's kind of cool. He brings him into the office all the time.
He must be a really good dog, and a very smart one, too.
He is. He's really cute and adorable, and I want to keep him.
But this is perfect weather time for walking Rocky, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a little chilly right now. Take a look at that weekend. We're starting to see a warm-up gradually into the weekend, but expand that out into the next week. Look at that. 50s on Sunday, 60s on Monday, and upper 60s on Tuesday. We might have to bump that number up. I'm hoping I get to, but we'll have to see. But thunderstorms are possible on Tuesday, and yeah, we're starting to get closer to spring. Meteorological spring actually started March 1st.
Wow. All right. Definitely have to bring out those umbrellas.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's all from us today.
Thanks for joining us.
For Devin Briggs, I'm Brianna Descaray.
And for Eric Sotera, I'm Jose Gonzalez.
And for all of us at News 3, have a good evening, Macomb.